Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed seekers of knowledge, I stand before you today to explore a matter of profound importance, a matter that delves into the very fabric of the human psyche and the labyrinthine corridors of our inner worlds. We embark on a journey that will take us through the intricate tapestries woven by the conscious and unconscious mind, where the light of awareness meets the shadows of the unknown. Imagine, if you will, the mind as a vast and ancient library, its shelves lined with volumes of untold stories and forgotten wisdom. Each thought, each memory is a book waiting to be opened, a narrative waiting to be understood. Yet, within this grand repository, there exists a paradox that has confounded thinkers and philosophers across the ages. This is the paradox of overthinking, a phenomenon where the mind, in its relentless pursuit of understanding, becomes ensnared in the very webs it seeks to unravel. Overthinking, my dear friends, is a dance with the shadows of our psyche. It is a waltz with the archetypes that reside within us, those primordial images and motifs that shape our perceptions and guide our actions. These archetypes, as I have long posited, are the inherited patterns of human experience, the universal symbols that inhabit our collective unconscious. They are the wise old sage, the nurturing mother, the heroic wanderer, and indeed the trickster who delights in subverting our expectations. When we overthink, we invite the trickster to play his games upon our mental stage. We transform the simple into the complex, the knowable into the uncertain. Our thoughts begin to loop and spiral, creating a cacophony of inner dialogue that drowns out the quiet voice of intuition. This is the peril of trusting too deeply in the rational mind while neglecting the whispers of the soul. Consider the symbol of the Ouroboros, the serpent that devours its own tail. It is a representation of the eternal cycle of life and death, creation and destruction. In the realm of overthinking, the mind becomes the Ouroboros, consuming itself in an endless cycle of analysis and doubt. We become trapped within the confines of our intellect, unable to transcend the limitations of linear thought. Yet, within this cycle lies the seed of transformation. The Ouroboros is not merely a symbol of entrapment, but also one of renewal and rebirth. To escape the snare of overthinking, we must embrace the wisdom of the unconscious, allowing the intuitive and the mystical to guide us beyond the boundaries of rationality. It is in the surrender to the unknown, in the acceptance of the mysteries that elude our grasp, that true insight is born in dreams. We find the language of the unconscious, a language rich with symbolism and metaphor. Dreams offer us glimpses into the hidden recesses of our psyche, revealing the fears and desires that shape our waking lives. They are the theater of the mind, where the archetypes come alive to perform their sacred dramas. By engaging with our dreams, we may uncover the truths that elude our conscious awareness, gaining access to the deeper currents that flow beneath the surface of thought. The shadow, too, plays a crucial role in our understanding of overthinking. It is the repository of all that we deny and repress, the aspects of ourselves that we refuse to acknowledge. In our quest for certainty, we often project our shadows onto the world around us, seeing in others the faults we cannot bear to see in ourselves. This projection fuels the fires of overthinking as we seek to control and manipulate that which lies beyond our control. To integrate the shadow is to embrace our wholeness, to accept the light and the dark within us. It is to recognize that the mind, though a powerful tool, is but one aspect of our being. We must cultivate a dialogue between the conscious and the unconscious, allowing the intuitive wisdom of the latter to inform the decisions of the former. This integration is not a simple task, for it requires courage and humility to face the truths we would rather ignore. As we traverse the landscape of the psyche, let us not forget the role of the heart. The heart, in its capacity for empathy and compassion, offers us a sanctuary from the storms of overthinking. It is the bridge between the mind and the soul, the vessel through which love and understanding flow. When we listen to the heart, we find a path to peace, a refuge from the ceaseless chatter of the mind. In conclusion, dear seekers, let us approach the phenomenon of overthinking with reverence and curiosity. Let us not be ensnared by the webs of our intellect, but rather let us dance with the archetypes that dwell within us. In doing so, we open ourselves to the mysteries of the unconscious, to the wisdom that lies beyond the reach of rational thought. May we find balance in the interplay of light and shadow, mind and heart, and in so doing, discover the path to true understanding. As we venture further into this exploration of the mind's intricate dance, let us consider the role of individuation, a central theme in understanding not only the complexities of overthinking, but the essence of our personal evolution. Individuation is the process through which we become who we truly are, a journey towards self-realization and the integration of the myriad parts of our psyche. In the throes of overthinking, individuation may seem a distant goal, obscured by the fog of incessant analysis and uncertainty. Yet, it is precisely this process that offers a beacon of hope, a guiding light through the labyrinths of the mind. Individuation calls us to confront the unconscious, to engage with the archetypes and symbols that reside within, inviting them into the light of awareness. The journey of individuation is akin to the ascent of a mountain. It is fraught with challenges and setbacks, demanding perseverance and inner strength. Along the way, we encounter the archetypes that shape our inner landscape. The hero, a symbol of our striving for personal growth, embarks on a quest, facing trials and tribulations that mirror our own struggles with overthinking. The wise old man or woman offers counsel, urging us to trust in the wisdom of the unconscious and to embrace the unknown. In this journey, the anima and animus play pivotal roles, representing the feminine and masculine aspects of our psyche that seek reconciliation. The overthinker often finds these energies in conflict as the logical mind battles with the intuitive heart. Through individuation, we harmonize these forces, allowing them to complement and enrich one another. This harmony dissolves the paralysis of overthinking, opening the way for creativity and insight, the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of ancestral memory and shared human experience, also plays a crucial role in our understanding of overthinking. It is here that the archetypes reside, shaping our thoughts and behaviors in ways that often elude our conscious awareness. Overthinking can be seen as a disconnection from this deeper source of wisdom, a retreat into the confines of the ego. To reconnect with the collective unconscious, we must cultivate a sense of openness and receptivity. Meditation, active imagination, and creative expression are tools that facilitate this reconnection, allowing us to access the rich tapestry of images and symbols that lie beneath the surface of conscious thought. By engaging with these symbols, we gain insight into the deeper motivations and desires that drive us, transcending the limitations of overthinking. The role of synchronicity in this process cannot be overlooked. Synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that defy rational explanation, serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. It is the universe's way of speaking to us, guiding us along the path of individuation. In moments of synchronicity, the overthinker is invited to set aside the need for control and to embrace the mystery of life's unfolding narrative. The interplay of fate and free will is yet another facet of this exploration. Overthinking often arises from the tension between these forces. As we struggle to discern our path amidst the myriad possibilities, fate, as the unfolding of events beyond our control, and free will, as the exercise of conscious choice, coexist in a delicate balance. Through individuation, we learn to navigate this balance, trusting in the wisdom of the unconscious to guide our choices while accepting the inevitability of fate's hand. As we draw nearer to a deeper understanding, let us not forget the importance of community and connection. In our modern world, the overthinker often feels isolated, trapped within the confines of their own mind. Yet, it is through connection with others that we find solace and insight. The shared experience of our collective struggles and triumphs enriches our understanding, offering perspectives that illuminate the shadows of our own thoughts. In closing, dear seekers, let us embrace the journey of individuation with courage and curiosity. Let us venture forth into the depths of our psyche, engaging with the archetypes and symbols that guide us toward wholeness. May we find balance in the interplay of fate and free will, mind and heart, and in so doing, discover the path to true self-realization. In this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into the fullness of our being, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we continue our journey into the heart of the human psyche, let us pause to reflect on the concept of the persona, that mask we wear to navigate the world. The persona is the face we present to society, a necessary construct that allows us to interact with others in a manner that is socially acceptable and often expected. However, for the overthinker, the persona can become a prison, a rigid structure that stifles the authentic self. In our quest for acceptance and understanding, we may become overly identified with our personas, allowing them to dictate our thoughts and actions. This identification breeds a dissonance within, as the true self remains hidden beneath layers of social conditioning and expectation. Overthinking then emerges as a symptom of this dissonance, a futile attempt to reconcile the demands of the persona with the desires of the soul. The tension between the persona and the authentic self is one of the central challenges in the journey toward individuation. It is a call to examine the roles we play and to discern those aspects of our identity that are genuine from those that are mere facades. This examination requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, to peel away the layers of pretense, and to stand naked before the mirror of self-awareness. In this process, the dream world once again becomes a valuable ally. Dreams, with their rich symbolism and narrative, often reveal the conflicts between the persona and the authentic self. They offer insights into the roles we inhabit and the masks we wear, illuminating the path toward greater self-understanding. By engaging with our dreams, we gain the courage to shed the personas that no longer serve us, embracing the authenticity that lies beneath. The role of the shadow re-emerges in this exploration, for it is in the shadow that we find the parts of ourselves that have been repressed and denied. The overthinker, in their quest for control and certainty, often pushes the shadow further into the depths of the unconscious, fearing the chaos and unpredictability it represents. Yet, it is precisely in the integration of the shadow that we find liberation from the shackles of overthinking. The integration of the shadow is an act of reconciliation, a marriage of opposites that brings the light of awareness to the dark corners of the psyche. It is an acknowledgement of our wholeness, of the full spectrum of our human experience. In embracing the shadow, we reclaim our power, transforming the energy of repression into a force for creativity and growth. As we navigate the intricate dance between persona and shadow, let us also consider the role of the body in this journey. The body, often neglected by the overthinker in favor of the mind, is a repository of wisdom and intuition. It is the vessel through which we experience the world, the medium through which the unconscious speaks to us. In moments of overthinking, the body communicates its distress through tension and discomfort, signaling the need for balance and integration. By attuning to the body's signals, we gain access to a deeper layer of understanding, one that transcends the limitations of rational thought. Practices such as mindfulness and somatic awareness ground us in the present moment, bridging the gap between mind and body and allowing for a more holistic approach to self-discovery. The journey toward individuation is not one we undertake alone. It is a journey that is enriched by the presence of others, by the relationships that challenge and support us. In the context of overthinking, relationships serve as mirrors, reflecting back to us the aspects of ourselves that we may struggle to see. They offer opportunities for growth and healing as we learn to navigate the complexities of human connection with empathy and understanding in relationships. We encounter the dynamic interplay of projection and reflection. We project onto others the traits and attributes we deny in ourselves, while simultaneously reflecting their projections back to them. This dance of projection is a fertile ground for self-awareness, as it reveals the unconscious patterns that influence our interactions. By engaging in conscious relationships, we create a space for mutual growth and transformation. We learn to communicate with authenticity and vulnerability, to express our needs and desires without fear of judgment. In this space, the overthinker finds solace, a respite from the isolation of the mind, and an opportunity to experience the richness of human connection. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us carry with us the insights gleaned from our journey. Let us embrace the complexities of the human psyche with compassion and curiosity, recognizing that overthinking is but a symptom of a deeper yearning for understanding and connection. May we find balance in the interplay of persona and shadow, mind and body, self and other, and in so doing, discover the path to true wholeness. In this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and fulfillment, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we delve further into the realm of overthinking and the psyche's intricate dance, let us turn our attention to the mysterious and often overlooked domain of the unconscious, this vast, uncharted territory of the mind. Is the birthplace of dreams, the repository of forgotten memories, and the stage upon which the archetypes perform their eternal dramas. It is here, in the depths of the unconscious, that we find the keys to understanding and transcending the cycles of overthinking that bind us. The unconscious is not a mere repository of repressed desires or unrealized fears. It is a dynamic and living aspect of our being, continuously interacting with the conscious mind. It communicates through symbols and metaphors, offering insights and guidance that often elude the grasp of rational thought. In the state of overthinking, the conscious mind becomes a fortress, impervious to the whispers of the unconscious, trapped in a loop of analysis and self-doubt. To bridge the chasm between the conscious and unconscious, we must cultivate a relationship with the language of symbols, the rich and evocative imagery that speaks to the soul. Symbols are the bridge between the known and the unknown, the tangible and the intangible. They carry the power to transcend the limitations of language, conveying truths that resonate on a deep, intuitive level. Consider the symbol of the labyrinth, an ancient motif representing the journey of transformation. The labyrinth is not a maze to be solved, but a path to be walked, a sacred space where the conscious and unconscious meet. As we traverse its winding corridors, we encounter the duality of the psyche, the light of awareness and the shadow of the unknown. In walking the labyrinth, we engage in a dialogue with the unconscious, allowing its wisdom to guide us toward clarity and insight. In the practice of active imagination, we engage directly with the symbols and images of the unconscious, inviting them into conscious awareness. This creative process involves a surrender to the flow of imagination, allowing the unconscious to express itself freely. Through active imagination, the overthinker finds a means of transcending the analytical mind, accessing the deeper layers of intuition and creativity that lie beyond. The journey into the unconscious is also a journey into the realm of myth and mythology. Myths are the stories that have shaped human consciousness across the ages. The archetypal narratives that express the universal themes of life, death, and rebirth, they are the mirrors of the soul, reflecting back to us the timeless truths of our existence. In engaging with mythology, we gain a broader perspective on the challenges we face, recognizing the patterns that underlie our personal narratives. We see ourselves in the heroes and heroines of myth, in their quests for meaning and purpose. The trials they face and the transformations they undergo mirror our own struggles with overthinking, offering wisdom and guidance for navigating the complexities of the psyche. As we explore the unconscious and its rich tapestry of symbols and myths, let us also consider the importance of creativity in this journey. Creativity is the soul's expression, the manifestation of the unconscious in the world of form. It is the antidote to the paralysis of overthinking, offering a channel through which the energy of the psyche can flow freely. In the creative process, we engage with the unknown, embracing the uncertainties and ambiguities that arise. We allow ourselves to be guided by intuition and inspiration, stepping beyond the confines of rational thought. Through creativity, we find the means of integrating the conscious and unconscious, expressing the fullness of our being in a harmonious and authentic way. The act of creation is not limited to the arts. It is a way of living, a way of approaching the world with openness and curiosity. It is the willingness to engage with life as a canvas, to paint our experiences with the colors of imagination and insight. In this creative engagement, the overthinker finds liberation, a release from the cycles of doubt and analysis that constrain the mind. As we conclude this exploration, let us carry with us the insights gleaned from our journey into the unconscious. Let us embrace the symbols and myths that guide us, the creativity that frees us, and the wisdom that resides within us. May we find balance in the dance of light and shadow, conscious and unconscious, and in so doing, discover the path to true understanding and fulfillment. In this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. May this journey lead us to a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we walk the path of individuation with courage and grace, as we continue this profound exploration of the psyche, let us delve into the intricate interplay between the inner and outer worlds, a dynamic that significantly influences the phenomenon of overthinking. The tension between these realms often manifests as a struggle to reconcile our inner experiences with the external realities we face. In our modern age, where external stimuli bombard us incessantly, the overthinker finds themselves caught in a relentless cycle of reaction and introspection, seeking to make sense of the chaos that surrounds them. The outer world, with its constant demands and expectations, can feel overwhelming, driving the mind into a state of hypervigilance. In this state, the overthinker attempts to anticipate every possible outcome, to prepare for every eventuality, and to control the uncontrollable. This desire for control is rooted in fear, the fear of uncertainty, of failure, of the unknown. It is a defense mechanism, a way of creating a semblance of order in a world that often feels unpredictable and chaotic. Yet, it is precisely in our relationship with the unknown that we find the opportunity for growth and transformation. The unknown is not merely a source of fear, but also a wellspring of potential and possibility. It is a fertile ground upon which the seeds of creativity and innovation take root. To embrace the unknown is to open ourselves to the mysteries of life, to trust in the unfolding of our personal narrative, and to surrender to the flow of existence. This surrender does not imply passivity or resignation. Rather, it is an active engagement with life, a willingness to dance with the currents of change and transformation. It is the courage to step into the flow of life with an open heart and a curious mind, to navigate the complexities of the outer world with grace and resilience. The inner world, on the other hand, is the sanctuary of the soul, the realm of introspection and reflection. It is here that we engage in dialogue with the self, exploring the depths of our thoughts, emotions, and desires. For the overthinker, the inner world can become a refuge, a place of retreat from the noise and demands of the external environment. Yet, in this retreat, there is a danger of becoming ensnared in the loops of analysis and doubt, losing sight of the broader perspective that the outer world provides. To find balance between the inner and outer worlds, we must cultivate a practice of mindfulness, an awareness that anchors us in the present moment. Mindfulness is the bridge that connects these realms, allowing us to engage with the world around us while remaining attuned to the wisdom within. It is the practice of being present with our experiences, of observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, and of responding to life with intention and clarity. In this practice, we learn to navigate the ebb and flow of life's challenges with equanimity and grace. We become attuned to the rhythms of our inner world, recognizing the patterns and cycles that influence our thoughts and behaviors. This awareness allows us to discern the difference between the noise of overthinking and the quiet voice of intuition, guiding us toward decisions that are aligned with our true self. The journey toward balance is not one of isolation, but of connection. It is a journey that invites us to engage with the world around us, to cultivate relationships that nourish and support us. In these connections, we find mirrors that reflect back to us the aspects of ourselves that we may struggle to see. We find community and companionship, a shared experience of the human condition that enriches our understanding and deepens our empathy. In embracing both the inner and outer worlds, we find the path to integration and wholeness. We learn to navigate the complexities of existence with a sense of curiosity and wonder, recognizing that life is a dance between the known and the unknown, the certain and the uncertain. In this dance, the overthinker finds liberation, a release from the cycles of doubt and analysis that constrain the mind. As we reach the culmination of this exploration, let us carry forward the insights and wisdom we have gained. Let us embrace the journey of self-discovery with courage and curiosity, recognizing that the path to understanding and fulfillment lies in the balance of inner and outer worlds. May we find peace in the present moment, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we walk the path of individuation with grace and integrity, in this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, connected to ourselves and the world around us. May this journey lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with open hearts and open minds, as we journey further into the depths of understanding and exploration of the psyche, let us turn our attention to the interplay between time and consciousness, a dimension that deeply influences the phenomenon of overthinking. Time, in its relentless march, presents a unique challenge to the overthinker, who often finds themselves caught between the past and the future, struggling to anchor their awareness in the present moment. The past, with its memories and experiences, casts a long shadow over the present. It is a repository of lessons and traumas, of joys and sorrows, shaping our perceptions and informing our decisions. Yet, for the overthinker, the past can become a prison, a source of regret and rumination. We replay events in our minds, seeking to rewrite the narratives that haunt us, to rectify the mistakes we perceive in hindsight. This engagement with the past, while sometimes fruitful for reflection and learning, can also entrap us in a cycle of analysis and self-recrimination. The future, on the other hand, is a landscape of possibility and potential, a canvas upon which we project our hopes and fears. It beckons with the allure of the unknown, inviting us to dream and to plan. Yet, for the overthinker, the future can become a source of anxiety and anticipation, a realm of endless what-ifs and hypothetical scenarios. We attempt to predict and control the unfolding of events, to prepare for every contingency, and in doing so, we lose sight of the richness of the present. To transcend the limitations imposed by time, we must cultivate an awareness of the present moment, a practice of mindfulness that anchors us in the here and now. The present is the point of convergence between the past and the future, the fulcrum upon which the balance of our consciousness rests. It is in the present that we find the opportunity to engage with life fully, to experience the depth and breadth of our existence without the distortion of memory or anticipation. Mindfulness, as a practice of presence, invites us to observe our thoughts and emotions with a gentle curiosity, to witness the ebb and flow of our inner experiences without becoming entangled in their narratives. It is a practice of acceptance, of allowing ourselves to be as we are, without judgment or resistance. Through mindfulness, the overthinker learns to quiet the incessant chatter of the mind, to create a space of stillness and clarity where insight and intuition can emerge. In this space of presence, we encounter the timeless aspect of our consciousness, the eternal. Now that transcends the linear progression of time, This timeless awareness is a portal to the deeper layers of the psyche, a gateway to the unconscious, where the wisdom of the archetypes resides. In this state of presence, we are free to engage with the symbols and metaphors that illuminate our path, to draw upon the wellspring of creativity and inspiration that lies within. The role of meditation in cultivating this awareness cannot be overstated. Meditation is a practice of stillness and silence, a means of attuning to the subtle rhythms of the inner world. It is a journey inward, a descent into the depths of the psyche where the light of awareness meets the shadows of the unconscious. Through meditation, we learn to observe the mind's tendencies and patterns, to discern the difference between the noise of overthinking and the quiet voice of intuition as we engage with the practice of mindfulness and meditation. Let us also consider the importance of intention. Intention is the compass that guides our journey, the force that aligns our actions with our values and aspirations. It is the conscious choice to direct our awareness toward what is meaningful and life-affirming, to engage with the world from a place of authenticity and integrity. Intention, when aligned with presence, becomes a powerful catalyst for transformation. It empowers us to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose, to respond to challenges with resilience and grace. Through the alignment of intention and presence, the overthinker finds liberation, a release from the cycles of doubt and analysis that constrain the mind. In conclusion, let us carry forward the insights gained from our exploration of time and consciousness. Let us embrace the present moment with open hearts and open minds, recognizing that the path to understanding and fulfillment lies in the practice of presence and intention. May we find peace in the timeless now, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we walk the path of individuation with courage and grace, in this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, connected to ourselves and the world around us. May this journey lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with curiosity and wonder, as we continue our exploration of the intricate workings of the mind and the phenomenon of overthinking, let us delve into the concept of integration, a vital process in achieving psychological wholeness. Integration, in the context of the psyche, refers to the harmonious blending of the conscious and unconscious, the synthesis of disparate parts of the self into a cohesive whole. It is a journey toward unity, where the fragmented aspects of our identity are reconciled and embraced. At the heart of integration lies the recognition and acceptance of our multiplicity. We are not singular beings, but rather a tapestry of experiences, emotions, and archetypes woven together in the fabric of our being. Each thread represents a facet of our identity, a piece of the puzzle that contributes to the complexity of who we are. The overthinker often struggles with this multiplicity, attempting to categorize and compartmentalize their experiences in a bid for control and understanding. Yet, it is precisely in the acknowledgement of our multiplicity that we find the path to integration. By embracing the diverse aspects of the self, we create a space for dialogue and connection, allowing the various parts of our psyche to communicate and collaborate. This dialogue is facilitated by the practice of self-reflection, a process of turning inward with curiosity and compassion, of engaging with the inner landscape of thoughts, feelings, and desires in this journey of integration. The concept of the shadow once again emerges as a central theme. The shadow, that repository of repressed and denied aspects of the self, holds the key to our wholeness. It is in the shadow that we find the parts of ourselves that we have disowned, the traits and tendencies that we project onto others. By integrating the shadow, we reclaim these lost parts, transforming them from sources of fear and shame into allies of growth and transformation. The integration of the shadow is an act of reconciliation, a bringing together of light and dark, conscious and unconscious. It requires a willingness to face the uncomfortable truths that lie within, to embrace the totality of our being without judgment or resistance. This integration is not a destination, but a continuous process, a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. The role of creativity in this process cannot be understated. Creativity is the language of the soul, the medium through which the unconscious expresses itself in the world of form. It is a bridge between the inner and outer worlds, a means of translating the symbols and metaphors of the psyche into tangible expression. Through creativity, we find a channel for integration, allowing the diverse aspects of the self to come together in a harmonious and authentic way. In engaging with creative practices, whether through art, writing, music, or movement, we create a space for exploration and experimentation, a playground for the psyche where the boundaries of identity can be stretched and redefined. It is in this playful engagement that we discover new facets of ourselves, new possibilities for growth and transformation. As we navigate the path of integration, let us also consider the importance of self-compassion. Compassion is the foundation upon which integration is built, the gentle embrace that holds the fragmented parts of the self together. It is the practice of kindness and understanding toward oneself, a recognition of our inherent worth and dignity. In moments of overthinking, self-compassion offers a balm, a soothing presence that calms the restless mind and invites us to rest in the fullness of our being. Self-compassion also extends to our interactions with others, inviting us to hold space for their multiplicity and complexity. In our relationships, we encounter the reflections of our own struggles and triumphs, the mirrors that illuminate the aspects of ourselves we may struggle to see. By approaching others with compassion and empathy, we create a space for mutual growth and transformation, a shared journey toward integration and wholeness. In closing this exploration, let us carry forward the lessons of integration, embracing the multiplicity and complexity of our being with courage and curiosity. May we find balance in the dance of light and shadow, conscious and unconscious, self and other, and in so doing, discover the path to true wholeness. In this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and fulfillment, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. May this journey lead us to a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with open hearts and open minds, through integration, we find the freedom to live fully and authentically, to engage with life as a creative and dynamic expression of the soul. As we venture further into the realms of the psyche and the enigmatic phenomenon of overthinking, it is essential to explore the role of emotions in this intricate tapestry. Emotions, those vibrant currents that flow through the landscape of our consciousness, are often at the heart of our mental turmoil. They are the signals from the depths of our being, communicating the truths of our inner world in ways that words often cannot. For the overthinker, emotions can be both a source of insight and a trigger for the spirals of analysis and doubt. We may find ourselves caught in the throes of emotional storms, seeking to dissect and understand every nuance, every fluctuation. Yet, in this quest for understanding, we risk becoming entangled in the very emotions we seek to comprehend, losing sight of the broader perspective that allows for healing and growth. To engage with our emotions in a meaningful way, we must cultivate an attitude of openness and acceptance. Emotions are not to be feared or suppressed, but embraced and explored. They are not obstacles to be overcome, but allies in our journey towards self-awareness and integration. By welcoming our emotions with curiosity and compassion, we create a space for them to move and transform, to inform and illuminate. The practice of emotional awareness is a vital aspect of this engagement. It involves tuning into the subtle signals of the body and mind, recognizing the presence of emotions as they arise, and allowing them to be expressed in healthy and constructive ways. Emotional awareness is not about controlling or manipulating our feelings, but about being present with them, allowing them to unfold in their own time and in their own way. In this process, we encounter the paradox of vulnerability, often perceived as a weakness, is in fact a profound strength. It is the courage to be open and authentic, to express our true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. In moments of vulnerability, we connect with the core of our being, revealing the truths that lie beneath the surface of our constructed identities. The role of vulnerability in relationships is particularly significant. In our interactions with others, vulnerability fosters intimacy and connection, creating a space for shared understanding and empathy. It invites others to engage with us on a deeper level, to see beyond the mask and defenses that we so often construct through vulnerability. We build bridges of trust and compassion, strengthening the bonds that unite us. As we navigate the interplay of emotions and vulnerability, let us also consider the role of resilience. Resilience is the capacity to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity, to navigate the challenges of life with grace and fortitude. It is the inner strength that allows us to bounce back from setbacks, to learn and grow from the experiences that test us. resilience is not an innate trait, but a skill that can be cultivated through practice and intention. It involves developing a mindset of flexibility and openness, a willingness to embrace change and uncertainty. Through resilience, the overthinker finds the strength to move beyond the cycles of doubt and analysis, to engage with life as a dynamic and ever-evolving journey. In cultivating resilience, we draw upon the resources of the body, mind, and spirit. Mindfulness and meditation ground us in the present moment, providing a foundation of stability and clarity. Creative expression offers an outlet for the energies of the psyche, allowing us to channel our emotions into constructive and life-affirming ways. Community and connection provide support and encouragement, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. As we conclude this exploration of emotions, vulnerability, and resilience, let us carry forward the insights and wisdom gleaned from our journey. Let us embrace our emotions with openness and acceptance, recognizing them as vital aspects of our being. May we find strength in vulnerability and resilience in adversity, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. In this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, connected to ourselves and the world around us. May this journey lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with curiosity and wonder, through emotional awareness and resilience, we find the freedom to live fully and authentically, to engage with life as a creative and dynamic expression of the soul. As we journey further into the profound landscape of the psyche, let us turn our gaze to the concept of transformation, a theme central to understanding the evolution of consciousness and the transcendence of overthinking. Transformation is the alchemical process through which the soul evolves, shedding old patterns and embracing new possibilities. It is the cycle of death and rebirth, the eternal dance of change that propels us toward growth and self-realization. In the context of overthinking, transformation offers a pathway to liberation, a means of breaking free from the confines of analysis and doubt. It invites us to step beyond the familiar territory of the mind, to venture into the unknown with courage and curiosity. This journey is not without its challenges, for transformation requires us to confront the shadows and fears that reside within us, to navigate the turbulent waters of change with resilience and grace. The archetype of the phoenix, a symbol of renewal and rebirth, embodies the essence of transformation. The phoenix, consumed by flames, rises anew from the ashes, transformed and revitalized. This imagery speaks to the process we undergo in our own lives. As we release the aspects of ourselves that no longer serve us and embrace the potential for new growth. In the flames of transformation, the overthinker finds the opportunity to transcend the limitations of the mind, to emerge into a state of clarity and insight. The role of intention is paramount in this process. Intention is the guiding force that shapes our journey, directing our energies toward the realization of our highest potential. It is the conscious choice to engage with life as a co-creator, to align our actions with our values and aspirations. Through intention, we cultivate the awareness and focus necessary to navigate the complexities of transformation, to harness the power of change for our own evolution. In the practice of setting intentions, we engage with the deeper layers of our psyche, tapping into the wellspring of creativity and inspiration that resides within. This practice involves a dialogue with the self, a process of reflection and discernment in which we clarify our desires and commit to their realization. By aligning our intentions with the wisdom of the unconscious, we create a powerful synergy that propels us toward transformation. The journey of transformation is also a journey of surrender. Surrender is the willingness to let go of control, to trust in the unfolding of our personal narrative. It is the acceptance of the unknown, the recognition that life is a dynamic and ever-evolving process. In surrender, we release the need for certainty and embrace the mystery of existence, allowing the flow of life to guide us toward our destiny. Surrender is not an act of passivity, but of active engagement with the present moment. It is the courage to step into the flow of life with an open heart and a curious mind, to navigate the ebbs and flows of change with resilience and grace. Through surrender, the overthinker finds the freedom to move beyond the cycles of analysis and doubt, to engage with life as a creative and dynamic expression of the soul. As we embrace the journey of transformation, let us also consider the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the abundance and beauty of life, of honoring the gifts and opportunities that each moment presents. It is a powerful catalyst for transformation, shifting our focus from scarcity and lack to abundance and possibility. Through gratitude, we cultivate a mindset of openness and receptivity, inviting the richness of life into our awareness. We learn to see beyond the limitations of the mind, to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. In this recognition, we find the strength to transcend the limitations of overthinking, to step into a life of authenticity and wholeness. In conclusion, let us carry forward the insights gained from our exploration of transformation. Let us embrace the cycles of change with courage and curiosity, recognizing that the path to understanding and fulfillment lies in the dance of death and rebirth. May we find strength in intention and surrender, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we walk the path of individuation with grace and integrity, in this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, connected to ourselves and the world around us. May this journey lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with open hearts and open minds, through transformation, we find the freedom to live fully and authentically, to engage with life as a creative and dynamic expression of the soul. As we proceed further into our exploration of the psyche and its profound intricacies, let us consider the concept of interconnectedness, a fundamental principle that underlies our understanding of self and the universe. Interconnectedness speaks to the intricate web of relationships that bind us to each other and to the world at large. It is the recognition that we are not isolated beings, but part of a larger, vibrant tapestry of existence. For the overthinker, the sense of interconnectedness can often feel elusive. The mind, caught in its loops of analysis and introspection, may foster an illusion of separation, a belief that we are solitary travelers on our journey. Yet it is precisely this illusion that we must transcend to find peace and clarity. Interconnectedness invites us to step beyond the confines of the individual self, to embrace the unity and wholeness that pervades all of creation. In exploring interconnectedness, we encounter the idea of the collective unconscious, a concept I have long championed as a cornerstone of depth psychology. The collective unconscious is the shared reservoir of human experience, the ancient memory that transcends individual consciousness. It is the source of the archetypes, those universal symbols and motifs that shape our perceptions and guide our actions. By engaging with the collective unconscious, we tap into the wisdom of the ages, accessing the shared heritage of humanity. This engagement requires a willingness to look beyond the self, to recognize the patterns and themes that connect us to each other and to the world. In doing so, the overthinker finds a broader perspective, a sense of belonging that transcends the isolation of the mind. The natural world offers a powerful metaphor for interconnectedness. Consider the intricate symbiosis of an ecosystem, where each organism plays a vital role in maintaining balance and harmony. The trees, the plants, the animals, all are interdependent, each contributing to the whole in a dance of mutual support and cooperation. This symbiotic relationship mirrors the interconnectedness of the human experience, reminding us that we are part of a larger whole. In nature, we find a reflection of our own interconnectedness, an invitation to reconnect with the rhythms and cycles of life. By attuning to the natural world, we cultivate a sense of presence and mindfulness, grounding ourselves in the here and now. Nature teaches us the art of surrendering to the flow of life with grace and acceptance. As we embrace interconnectedness, let us also consider the role of empathy in this journey. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to others, the ability to feel and understand the emotions and experiences of another. It is a practice of compassion and presence, a willingness to step into the shoes of another and to see the world through their eyes. Through empathy, we cultivate a deeper understanding of our shared humanity, a recognition of the common threads that bind us together. We learn to engage with others from a place of authenticity and kindness, to honor the dignity and worth of every individual. In moments of overthinking, empathy offers a balm, a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. The practice of empathy extends beyond our interactions with others to include our relationship with ourselves. Self-empathy is the practice of turning compassion inward, of honoring our own experiences and emotions with kindness and understanding. It is a recognition of our own humanity, an acceptance of our imperfections and vulnerabilities. In cultivating self-empathy, we create a space for healing and transformation, allowing the wounds of the past to be acknowledged and released. We learn to navigate the complexities of our inner world with grace and resilience, finding the strength to move beyond the cycles of overthinking and self-doubt. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us carry forward the insights gleaned from our journey into interconnectedness. Let us embrace the unity and wholeness that pervades all of existence, recognizing that the path to understanding and fulfillment lies in the recognition of our shared humanity. May we find strength in empathy and presence, guided by the light of awareness and the wisdom of the unconscious. As we walk the path of individuation with grace and integrity, in this pursuit, we transcend the limitations of overthinking, stepping into a life of authenticity and wholeness, connected to ourselves and the world around us. May this journey lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embrace the mysteries of existence with open hearts and open minds, through interconnectedness, we find the freedom to live fully and authentically, to engage with life as a creative and dynamic expression of the soul